Why am I like purple? Am I purple? Sorry, my cat just opened the door. Read a book in the dark or at night. I can read whatever I want. He's here again. I'm happy. Hi, hello, how are you? Today's video is gonna be a Summerween reading vlog. If you don't know about Summerween, it is a readathon hosted by Olivia from the YouTube channel Olivia Reads a Latte, as well as Gabby at the YouTube channel Gabby Reads. Basically, the idea of Summerween is to bring October spooky vibes into summer, so we get some spookiness earlier in the year. I have had so much trouble finding good thrillers. So many super popular releases turn out to be big disappointment for me. So in today's video, I would try to find some new favorites. Wish me luck. So there are 5 prompts. Sorry, my cat just opened the door. Do you want to say hi? This is Harvey. Harvey, this is everybody. Hello! You're so handsome. You're so handsome. I forgive you for not knocking. Oh, hi! Okay, sorry about that. We're back. There are 5 prompts for Summerween. Number 1 is read a book in the dark or at night. This is an easy one. As long as I read a book in the dark or at night, I can read whatever I want. He's here again. He hates closed doors, so there's just gonna be an open door back there. And the book I will try to read for this prompt is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I tried to read this last year, but I didn't get around to it. This one is a pretty short one. It only has 158 pages, so that should be an easy read. The second prompt is read a thriller. That's easy. Except that I don't know which one to read. Okay, I have 3 books that I would potentially read for this prompt. The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. I don't really know how to say that. And The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. Both of these are authors that I've read before. I enjoyed Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. Not a favorite, but I think it was pretty solid. Ruth Ware, I really enjoyed her The Turn of the Key, but One by One was really not good. So I might want to go back to either one of them. And the third prompt is read a book set in the fall. I have to do some research on that one. Number 4, read a book with orange or black on the cover. I have a perfect one for this. I have N or M by Agatha Christie. It has black and orange on the cover. How perfect is that? As you can see, I have already started this. This is the book that I've been reading for Read Christie Challenge for this month. I'm currently at chapter 5. Oh, oops. It's interesting so far, and I'm so glad that this fits in one of the prompts. Number 5 is read a manga, graphic novel, or novella. I don't have any manga. I have 3 graphic novels. I've read all of them, and I don't feel like rereading any of them. Novella. I found it. I'm going to be reading The Turn of the Screw by Henry James for this one. What a surprise! I've been wanting to read this one for ages and never got around to it. I'm happy. I'm happy about this. Okay guys, listen. I spent like half an hour searching online thrillers that are set in fall, and all the lists don't answer my question. They only say best thrillers to read in fall, perfect thrillers to curl up with in autumn, but they are not set in fall. It was so frustrating. I've only found a couple that are actually set in fall, but I don't own any of those books. So I just skimmed through The Night She Disappeared, and these chapters are all from different timelines. They say like September 2016, October 2016. Like the whole book is not only set in fall, but at least there are chapters that took place in fall. So I'm counting that one because I can't find one that's set in fall. I didn't expect it to be that difficult, but I'll have to be reading this one for the third prompt. That being said, The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware for the thriller prompt. Alright guys, this is our TBR for this Summerween vlog. I will try to read some of this tonight after it gets dark, and I'll update you whenever I feel like it. Paw? Paw? Good boy. There you go. Good morning. It's the next day. I just made my coffee. Last night I didn't end up reading too much. I started to feel a headache, and I knew if I didn't go to sleep soon, it's gonna get a lot worse. So I ended up stopping at the beginning of chapter 5. That's 57 pages. So I think I have exactly 100 pages left for this one. Hopefully I can read it tonight. Since it's not dark now, I'm going to read NRM. I am 72 pages through this one. It's been interesting so far. This book is in Tommy and Tuppence series. This book itself is set in World War II. It starts with the British top agent dying, and before he died he said N or M. Seems like N and M are two German Nazi spies hiding in ordinary crowd. So Tommy was retained to try to find who these people are, and Tuppence just found her own way there at the same lodge because she overheard the conversation and she was not gonna be left behind. It's so funny that they try to pretend that they don't know each other, but because they have to communicate, they have to find some justification of them always being together and talking. So Tuppence is pretending to be a widow who has buried 2 husbands and trying to find a 3rd one. And so she is pretending that she is pursuing tummy, and that's why people catch them talking in a secretive manner. Do I have coffee on my lip? It's been like 1 second since last clip. But I just realized something. I took a sip of my coffee and realized something really serious. So today is July 11th. Summerween happens July 7th to 13th. If I want to upload this vlog last day of Summerween, then I have to finish all these books by the end of tomorrow because it's gonna take me forever to edit. I'm scared. I'm just going to read this and see where it takes me. Wow, someone's nails are long. Hello, hi. It's a couple hours later now and I have news. First of all, hold on. I cut this baby's nail. Oh, that was good news. Bad news about nails. My gel on my thumb just fell off. It's ugly now and it bothers me every single second. For reading updates, I have finished N.O.R.M. by Agatha Christie. I didn't end up liking this very much. This is my second Tommy and Tuppence series and I just don't think this series is for me. It's a lot about wars, a lot of politics, and at the very beginning I thought they were just going to talk with these people, look for their little mistakes and then find out who's lying about their real identity, like what Poirot would do in all his novels. But no, they started with going around talking with people and then the book just took an unexpected turn into a totally different direction and I just slowly lost interest. I was not that invested in the whole Nazi spy thing. So yeah, that's that. But I'm glad to be ticking off the first book for Summerween. Okay, I need to update. I'm having a lot of fun with this book, not just because the book itself is interesting, but also because I thrifted this one. I bought it from a library sale and this is a used copy. And this person used a pencil to annotate. I am at the chapter where this governess, the main narrator, is seeing a guy outside of this house and she was trying to describe what this guy looks like to another person. These are all the descriptions and this person just said ghost. And on the next page, after the narrator described what this person looks like and then the other person was like, oh my god, I know him, he was Mr. Quint, but Mr. Quint died. And then this person said dun dun dun. Okay, I'll resume reading this. Hi, hello, I'm back. I finished this in one sitting. It was very good. I couldn't put it down. Usually I don't like very ambiguous, vague books, but I think in this one it really works because that ambiguity, that unknown part is where the horror comes in. This is set in Victorian era where we follow this governess. She was hired by this bachelor to go take care of his niece and nephew at this estate called Bly. And after she got there, strange things started to happen and these two kids seemed to be haunted or disturbed by something. And she was trying so hard to protect the kids because that was her duty, but at the same time she was trying to figure out what is going on and what these two kids know that she does not. Although this is a very short book, I think the pace was not necessarily fast. There was nothing like super sudden, like jump scare. There was no jump scare. A lot of things that were not explained or discovered are what makes this book so interesting, in my opinion. As the story goes on, you start to question everybody in the book. You start to question yourself. Am I understanding this right? I think that's what the narrator was feeling, and that's what we are feeling about the narrator as well. Like, someone's going insane. Is it me or is it the governess? So I had a lot of fun with this one. By the way, I did know that the turn of the key and turn of the screw had very similar name, but I didn't know this was actually a retelling of this one. They have the same setting. Both are about a woman being hired to a mansion taking care of two children, and these two children are kind of spooky. Strange spooky things are happening around the mansion, but I think this one is a lot more subtle and savory. So, second book ticked off from our Summerween TBR. You're spooky. What are you doing here? Spooky? Ow! It is starting to get a little dark. That means it's almost time for that book again. Alright guys, I don't know if I can do this. I'm a little spooked. I am currently at page 97 of this book and it's spooky, especially now that I'm alone in the living room. My cat has been playing with his toys, so making weird noises here and there, and I'm just a little scared. This book has had me hooked for however many pages I have read. T.K. Fisher's writing really brings me there, and I am indeed spooked. So I am going to feed my cat. Hopefully that'll calm him down a little so he doesn't make as much noise anymore. And I'll try to read a little more, but I don't guarantee that I'll finish this book because I'm scared. Good morning. Hi. I just got ready for the day. We're going to a little brunch and hiking date today. I'm very excited. So before we head out, I just thought I'd do some quick update on my reading. So I did end up finishing this last night. This one was wow. It's a retelling of Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher. We follow our main narrator, Alex Easton, who received a letter from his childhood friend Madeline Usher, saying that her house is rapidly failing and she is probably going to die very soon. So Easton traveled to this countryside manor, the house of Usher, to visit her and try to accompany her and her brother. When he got there, he found out that the manor was in such a terrible state. The spirit in the house was very, very strange. It just seemed to him that something about this house was evil and was the reason why the brother and sister was having a hard time with their house. I really enjoyed T. Fisher's writing. There were a couple scenes in this, like my toes were crawling like this, as if I were to pick up the floor. I don't want to spoil anything, but just I got goosebumps from time to time. I didn't really know what this cover means, but I thought it was like gothically beautiful. But now that I know what it means, I'm actually a little terrified of this cover. Also, when I was researching for this book, I found out that it's going to become a series, and the second book in this series is called What Feasts at Night, and the cover looks like this. A really gorgeous and terrifying cover. If the first book got me scared of bunnies, I think this second book will probably get me scared of horses. Okay, so that is 3 books done on our TBR in one day. That is impressive. As I was getting ready this morning, I listened to The Woman in Cabin 10 on audio for a little while. I don't exactly know where this book is going yet, but so far I have noticed a couple red flags. First of all, I didn't expect it to be another like a group of people meeting each other at this lodge, kind of like the setting in 1 by 1. In this book, they are on a cruise, so they're on a boat. Exclusive lodging, I would say. Difficult to get help from outside world. That's the setting I normally don't mind, but after 1 by 1, after the writing retreat, I'm just a little paranoid with that premise. The second red flag is that we have learned that our main character is low-key alcoholic, and at the very beginning of this book, she had a burglar breaking into her house, so she is mentally disturbed. Doesn't that sound familiar? The unreliable, alcoholic, mentally disturbed female main character in a thriller. There's nothing wrong inherently with that. It's just overused in my opinion, and a lot of times they are not done very well. So that's my thought so far. I'm still interested to see where this heads to. Alright, so I will head out and I'll see you when I see you. Hi, we're back. This is many hours later. Things didn't really go as planned. We had this little date where we hiked down to this pretty little lily pond that was really pretty, really peaceful, overdue nature time. I had a really delicious croissant when we were there, and afterwards I had to go to a doctor's appointment, and afterwards we realized we have to get grocery. So long story short, I didn't get to read as much as I hoped to today. But I did read a little more of The Woman in Cabin 10. I just now hit the 100-page mark, and how do I say this? I think this still has potential. Like, I'm still interested in what actually happened, but something I was really hoping against when I saw this alcoholic, mentally disturbed woman as the main narrator just happened, which is, as you may have guessed, nobody would believe her, because how many have you had, ma'am? I think by this point I've just had too many of that trope, which I realize is not exactly fair for this book, because this did come out in 2016. It could have been original and not overused at the time. I do realize that. So I still have hope. I'm still going to read the rest of it with a good attitude. That's that. I will go read some more of this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Good morning. Hi. I woke up this morning with a leaking nose. Too much information. Anyways, we're fine now because I've made my coffee. I finally feel ready for a little reading update. I have read more of this and I have about 50 pages left. This is not bad. I have been pleasantly surprised again. The unreliable narrator voice was, in my opinion, not misused in this one. Because when she was telling the security on the boat what she saw or heard, the security didn't just go like, "You're drunk, so we're not going to listen to you." They still walked her through everything and talked to everybody on the ship. And the reason security didn't end up trusting her is because they couldn't find any evidence to prove her theory. So that was good, and it actually went into a direction that I was not expecting and was really enjoying. I am at this point where she kind of already figured out what happened on the boat, but we're still trying to figure out what happened to our main narrator, because we were told from the very beginning and throughout the book that Lo went missing. So we're going to find out what happened to her in the last 50 pages. He just swept me off my feet, I suppose. It was like something out of 50 Shades. Really? I finished it! Okay. Final thoughts on this one. I think it was alright. The twists and turns were not like shocking. They were interesting. The final reveal was okay. It didn't make me roll my eyes like a lot of other thrillers do, but it didn't make me go, "Oh my god," either. So I still think that's a not too bad thriller, and I'm still happy about it. And I'm even happier about having finished the 4th book in this readathon. We're almost there. Can you believe it? Now I need to get some groceries from an Asian market, and the drive there is almost 40 minutes. So I have got the audiobook for The Night She Disappeared on Libby. I plan to listen to that audiobook on my way there and also on my way back. And then I'll talk to you when I come back. Peace. Hi, I'm back. I've been sipping on this really delicious bubble tea for a while now. I am about halfway through The Night She Disappeared. The audiobook narration is actually really good. I didn't want to put it down even after I got home from grocery store, so I did some meal prep work while listening to the audio. We have a very young mom. Both parents are teenagers. They're 18 and they have a baby. And female main character's mom is a very young mom too, so now she's a very young grandmother. It seems like some consistent interest of Lisa Joelle, because there was something about teenage girl getting pregnant in her other novel that I read as well. I thought that was interesting. So if you don't know anything about this book, this is about a missing teenage couple, Zach and Tallulah. And one night they went out on a date to a friend's house, and that was the last time they've ever been seen. And apparently this house is located next to this dark place, which is like a forest where it's very easy to get lost around. A year or so after, this school teacher and his girlfriend, who's a writer, moved into this cottage next to the dark wood. And this writer in her backyard found a sign that says "dig here" next to the woods. So she dug up a ring that turned out to be the engagement ring that Zach bought for Tallulah. So now with this as a new lead, people start to dig into this missing people case again. I don't have too much to say about this book at the point. There's just been a lot of back and forth in the timeline to discover what happened then and what's going on now. And I have a potential theory of what's about to happen, but we'll find out. I feel like I just get less and less put together in this vlog. When you see me in a very wrinkly, oversized shirt and pajama shorts, you know I'm not at my best. I am having the most uncomfortable day of the month, if you know what that means. This morning I woke up at 5, not even 5 a.m. and just couldn't go back to sleep. So I just laid in bed for 3 hours and finished the audiobook of this one. Today is July 14th. Technically Summerween ended yesterday, but I finished my 5 books today. I'm still very proud. This one is very okay, very meh for me. I feel like the main plot is very simple but it's got so much feeling to make this a 400-page book. We keep meeting these side characters and getting to know way too much about them that I really didn't care for. And the main plot was pretty predictable. I predicted it very early on in the book. Another thing about this author, I've read her Then She Was Gone before, and I don't know if this is a consistent theme in her books, but it just goes into these very dark topics that makes the thriller uncomfortable to read at times. I get that maybe this is an attempt to bring up commentary on important hidden dark topics, but it's just not something I seek for when I read a thriller. So that's this one. Since we're already here, I'm just gonna do a little quick wrap up. My favorite has to be The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. This is the shortest one, the most subtle one out of all these 5. But this one is so good. If you like ambiguous gothic tale, you have to read this. My second favorite is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I'm so glad I read this. I need to read more from T. Kingfisher. I also realized the sequel of this one is coming out next February, so I'm excited about that. And then these two are pretty close. They are okay. They're not bad. I will probably still read more from these two authors in the future when I feel the craving for thrillers. I had a decent time. I got nothing more to say. And then my least favorite, N.O.M. by Agatha Christie. I think I've already ranted enough about this book. My ultimate goal is to read every single Agatha Christie book at some point in my life, and I still have 3 more to go in Tommy and Tuppence series. So whenever those moments come, I'll just have to tough it out, I guess. So that's that. Okay, can you tell that little wrap up about books already lifted up my spirit? Like I feel like I'm talking louder and louder. Anyway, that concludes my Summerween 2023. I have really got enough of this darkness. In the next couple days, I think I will go for a little more sunshiny, lighthearted reads. But who knows? With me, it could always get darker. So that being said, I will sign you off here. Thank you so much for watching, for being here, hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. I hope you are having a fantastic day. I hope you've got your comfort beverage with you, but don't forget to drink water. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you next time. Take care.